Don't eat fried stuff, ever. And here's why. The amount of inflammation in the body from one meal with fried things in it, I don't care if it's fried fish or fried potato chips, it doesn't matter. That increases inflammation for 2 days. A cigarette is 4 to 8 hours. Literally, you're better off to smoke a cigarette than you are to eat a plate of French fries.
Okay.
And it's that big of a deal.
French fries you can't have?
Well, they're fried. Here, bake the damn French fries. It's not that hard. You bake them and put really good butter on them afterwards. It tastes the same.
No, but when you go out, no one's baking it with butter on
I know. So it's because restaurants are... Plus, they fry them in the worst oils that have been reused. You got to just say no. And you look at it like, that's not food.
LSD, psilocybin, DMT.
You know, the bottom line is we should be avoiding fried foods. But most importantly, the fried foods that we see cooked, French fries, vegetables, certain kind of potato chips, all these kinds of fried foods are most likely cooked in some form of a vegetable oil. And majority of vegetable oils, they have a high omega-6 profile that makes it more likely for our body to be inflamed, more likely to put it in a chronic stress. And ideally, we should be to a 4-to-1 ratio to our omega-3s to omega-6. And just blasting that on top of that, vegetable oils are more likely to become rancid due to sensitivity to light and temperature. But at the same time, once you're cooking something and frying it, especially with vegetable oils, they're more likely to oxidize and go rancid, and on top, that'll add on to the systemic inflammation. So, you know, I think a great alternative to that, if you want foods to be fried or have that kind of context, you could get something like an air fryer. They're not too expensive. They're relatively cheap, something around $60 to $70. You can get something like this at Costco. It'll air fry your food, and you'll avoid the heavy amounts of vegetable oils and whatnot. And if you do have to use a different form of oil with frying, I would recommend an animal source. But like in that video says, anything really fried for 48 hours, there's that systemic chronic inflammation. And you should avoid that. There's nothing wrong with getting something like air fried. Put that in an air fryer. People put steaks in there. People put potatoes, French fries, etc. And just the overall nature is that we should avoid this. The chronic epidemic of inflammation is what's going to be that driving factor that's going to get you sick. That's going to cause the systemic depression, systemic anxiety, the arthritis, the just constant feeling of bloatedness. There's so many different compounds of how inflammation can affect you. But at the same time, the greatest way we could do that is just by avoiding simple things. So avoiding those vegetable oils, avoiding things that are fried, and then on top of that, if you can, just substitute it with something like an air fryer. So other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed that video. Until next time, peace.